Everybody, welcome back to Half Hour of Power. I am Joe. Brandon is here.
Yo, Joe, what do you know?
Hey, Brandon. Here we are again. So, if you are joining us for the first time, we are the Half Hour of Power. If you like movies, if you like cinema, we do deep dives into movies, horror movies a lot. What do you say, Brandon?
Yep, we are mostly for horror movies, but we also look at other genres of movies, and we just give our in-depth opinion on what we feel that
That's right.
we.
So, if you like movies, if you're a cinephile, stick around. Here we go with our October special, The Church. Stop it. I will mute you, Brandon. Okay, so this was my pick. We did Mark's pick. We did Demons. Then we did Brandon's pick,
The Ward.
The Ward. Okay. And now here is my pick. We're almost through October, so we've got a couple more to go. Now, this is The Church. This is from 1989. Had you seen this before, Brandon?
No.
Okay, so what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes are then? Let's have a go.
I'm gonna say the Rotten Tomatoes are 35 critic score. It's a foreign film.
Okay. The critic score is 64%.
How the heck did that happen?
Are you going to apologize now?
Nope.
Okay. The audience score, what do you think that is?
Well, the critic score gave it a 65, and I'll say the audience score probably a 72.
Now, see, I agree with that. The critic scores, critics usually hate stuff and the audience usually likes stuff. And if the critics like stuff, then the audience hates stuff. So the audience score is 49%.
That's
49%. So
that's
this is a certified fresh. It is a ripe tomato, as it should be. All is right with the world in that respect. I'm getting a sense from you, Brandon, that you did not like that. Now, let us do the plot synopsis real quick, and then we'll get into your thoughts on this. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. So this is an old Gothic cathedral built over a mass grave, develops strange powers that trap a number of people inside with ghosts from a 12th century massacre seeking to resurrect an ancient demon from the bowels of the earth. I guess that's what it's about. I guess. I mean, it's pretty. They could have cut out develop strange powers. That's not really what it is, but so okay. So you, this movie started out as Demons 3, but Lamberto Bava left, and Michele Soavi directed this, and he decided he wanted to stand alone and not have a connection to the demons, and he considered demons like pizza films, you know.
Oh my God!
What was the term he used?
Films to him. What the heck was this mess that he made?
Like originally, yeah. So yeah, pizza schlock, he says. So he wanted this to be more sophisticated. So is this more sophisticated than Demons?
No.
I don't know. I guess you could make the argument for that, but I wouldn't.
Joe, don't do that.
I wouldn't say it's more sophisticated.
It's way more bad.
The only way I would say it might be more sophisticated is it tries to go into a lore, a background as to what's happening to the church and the people inside there. Brandon did not like this movie.
No, I really didn't. I can't believe I sat through it. Honestly,
I love this movie. This is a fantastic movie.
Ow.
The cinematography,
the
lighting, the music by Goblin, and Keith Emerson, I believe, did the.
Okay, so
did the other one there.
You know, you
This
know
is
how
what I love. This is another thing I love the most about it.
what?
And I think you know this about me, Brandon, but we don't talk about it a lot. I love surrealism.
Yeah, I do know that.
I absolutely adore how surreal this movie is. And I love how uncertain it is. And I love how it leaves their room to maybe nothing is happening. Maybe something has gotten in their brains and they're not really demons. And they go so far as to at the end of the movie, somebody actually says that it's a sickness. It's not really demons, but certain things do happen that it could be demons. I love the open-endedness of it so that people can pick the supernatural and other people can go, no, it wasn't the supernatural. They were sick. It was mental illness. I think that's fantastic. I love how that was
So technically,
Peter Paul.
everybody had a mental illness.
If you want to take the mental illness side for this, then yes.
That's the most.
There's something there got everybody sick. Mold spores, something, because they were doing a lot of restoration on the church.
Mold spores.
I'm just saying there was a lot of restoration happening in the church. She was restoring a fresco. There was cataloging going in the library. There was some work going on in the basement. So something, I don't know, some people got sick. So I'm not saying it was mold spores, Brendan. I'm just saying if people want to go, it was mental illness that did this to these people. They started seeing things. That option is there in the movie for people to pick and go, yes, I like the mental illness angle of this. But you don't like any angle of this, do you? This is funny.
There's a few parts I do like. A few.
All right, name a part.
You probably gonna laugh. So
yes.
in the beginning, you know, when they massacring the whole town, village, or whatever.
What a fantastic scene. I love the way that's shot. I love the POVs from inside the helmet because they couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So they showed that.
But when they decapitated, you know, someone, and they kept showing the camera angle of the horse keep trumping over the head over and over.
That was great. Do you think that didn't happen in medieval warfare where somebody could be decapitated and the horses could trample the heads?
No, I believe it, but the horse was playing soccer with.
The horse was running back and forth because they were slaughtering everybody they believed to be demons. I thought that was a great scene. They go there and they're trying to figure out what's going on. There's witches here. So immediately somebody is reciting Monty Python, as they should when they see a medieval movie talking about witches, as they should.
It was just like Monty Python.
And, I just thought that was so cool when they look at the bottom of her foot and she's got like this cross.
Yeah, she has the stigma.
Like carved into it, burned into it.
Oh, that's because she has stigmata. She has the stigmata. I'm like,
that wasn't true stigmata, Brandon.
I know it wasn't.
That was a mockery of stigmata. That is a sure sign that it's not mental illness, mister. It really was the demons at work. So you can take your mental illness and shove it.
And then there's the other part I like was the demon. If I'm correct, you can't see that they're demons unless you see their reflection in the mirror, or if they see their reflection in the mirror. I think I said it right.
Yes, visually stunning.
Yeah, so I think that was pretty cool. I liked it. That, don't get me wrong. Some of the death scenes, of course, I'm gonna like that because, that's a given. Because some of them was over the top, which was cool.
Yes, nobody doesn't like the Italians, Brandon. Nobody doesn't like the Italians. So this was produced by the great Dario Argento. This is from a script by Dario Argento, Franco Ferrini, Michele Soavi. So it's going to have all of that fun Argento stuff in it, and one of the best scenes in it.
Oh God!
One of the my favorite scenes is a guy kills himself with a jackhammer.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
He commits suicide
But
with a jackhammer.
But did it come through his back?
Yes.
Like how?
They're demons, Brandon. That's another reason it can't be mental illness.
He wasn't a demon yet, though.
Yeah, he was.
Was he a demon then?
Absolutely, he was.
I must have. No, yeah, you're right.
You remember because when he was washing his daughter's mouth out with soap for her filthy mouth, you saw the reflection in the mirror of the demon, and he saw this also.
But the whole thing about it was confusing. The movie was confusing.
The movie was surreal, Brandon. You just have to know how to interpret surrealism.
Okay, explain this then. When they said that they're going to build, which I knew they was going to say that when I watched it.
Yes, exactly. It's called the church.
Yes. Shut up. Anyway.
What do you think they're going to build?
No. So when they said build it over this grave, right?
That's right. Wait. A mass grave, Brandon.
I'm sorry.
They killed a lot of
over a mass grave.
They slaughtered a lot of witches. They beheaded them all and played soccer with their heads, as you so eloquently stated earlier.
But the thing that got me was when they built it, they didn't say who built it.
Absolutely not.
They didn't say it was an architect, that he built it to keep them trapped in, or none of this stuff. So
yeah, you find that out later.
Yeah, way later.
What's so hard about that?
Maybe there would have been a lot more content on. Oh, okay. So
why did they
kill? Like, why did they kill him? Like,
why did they kill the architect?
Yes.
It's just like they did in The Mummy when they didn't want those servants to know where the tomb was. They killed him.
But he was the one who built it. He's the one who knows how to set it off.
Well, it got set off just fine, didn't it, Brandon?
Yeah, it did.
So there's this very cool and old church. Of course,
church.
Tourists get to come in and tour the church.
Wait.
Yes.
Is it me? Or
yes,
so the people that was in the church that was like praying like almost 24/7. Did you see that?
Yes, I loved it.
I didn't get it.
I loved it. It was great. It was like that scene with the head guy. I forget his title. The bishop. What was that? Is that what they called him? The Holy Father. Yeah, his character is the bishop. Where he is standing there with those statues over the grave marker of the architect.
Yeah.
And then somebody walks by and all of a sudden he turns his head. But if he never moved, you wouldn't know that he was not one of the statues. I just love that kind of stuff. So you don't know why those people are there. I mean, they could be monks there. They could just be people coming in and praying every day to church. Because that happens, Brandon. You can go into a church and just pray.
That old lady been there for a while. She never moved.
Oh, okay. So you're not talking about the little old lady that kept yelling at her husband and he kept saying things were stupid? What a great couple that was. But yeah, there was probably, she was probably a little old nun there praying every day at the church. So things happened that unleashed the evil in the church.
Water.
And there was a mechanism that locks the church.
Lock it or destroy it?
It locked it first. First thing it did was lock the church and trap everything inside. Remember?
Yeah.
So, of course, these guys inadvertently unleash the evil because they're doing research and fascinated by the church. And, of course, the bishop doesn't care. And I love this scene also. This was another fantastic scene. Once everybody is locked in, you have Father Gus. One of the best names ever, Father Gus. What did you think of Father Gus? No? Not a fan of Father Gus either?
He was stupid.
Father Gus was the hero, Brandon. What the?
How?
What do you mean, how?
How?
He stopped the evil. Did you not see the end of the movie?
I'm sorry. Yeah, he sacrificed himself to stop the evil.
What the? He told the little girl get out because she knew a way out.
Ooh.
She knew how to get out. He saved her life.
Ooh, he should have let his butt out too.
So Father Gus is played by Hugh Quarshie, who also had a prominent role in the fantastic film Nightbreed. He was Detective Joyce, and if you've not seen Nightbreed or read the book, you need to do that, both of that. Also, I didn't know this. He was in Highlander. Yeah, and some of you other nerds out there. I mean, we're nerds too, Brandon, so we'll call people nerds.
Star Wars nerds. That's what we kind of get.
So, well, OG Star Wars nerds, we have to say.
Yeah, that's true too.
He is in the Queen's Guard. What was his character's name in that? Anyway, he is Captain Panaka in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, he's done a lot of things. But
more foreign films than he did American films.
So you looked up porn films. So
yeah.
Let's see. So Highlander is a porn movie. Is that what you're going to say now? Is that what you're? He more so did porn.
No.
You heard it here first, everyone. Brandon says Highlander's a porno.
So rude of you.
I don't know. You're being rude to him. That's not nice.
So rude.
Anyway, the other guy in there that I recognized, I wanted to see if you recognized him. He was the librarian. Did you recognize him?
I recognized him, but I couldn't put a movie to it.
Okay, so he's probably not going to be in this movie. He is in Gladiator.
The first Gladiator?
Yes, he is. He played Maximus's right-hand man in Gladiator. And what was his name? Quintus. Okay, Quintus. He was also in LA Confidential, which that's fantastic. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't watch it.
He was in Hunt for Red October. He was in Michele Soavi's next movie, The Sect.
Huh? He was in the Hunt for Red October.
He was in the Hunt for Red October. He was in The Last Temptation of Christ. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff. Pearl Harbor. Yeah, so we already said
which Pearl Harbor?
Night Rises. He was in that.
Which Pearl Harbor?
What do you mean, which Pearl Harbor?
Holy
crap, he was in Tombstone. He played Frank Stillwell in Tombstone. What do you mean? I don't understand that question. Which Pearl Harbor?
Which one?
Isn't there a film called Pearl Harbor?
There's two of them called Pearl Harbor.
What's the other one that I'm talking about? What is it?
I'm talking about one from the 1950s.
Are you talking about Tora?
Yeah, I was talking about Tora.
Okay, yeah, that's not called Pearl Harbor. So Brandon is trolling me right now because he knows I love this film and he doesn't. He's already bored, but that's all right, Brandon. I sat through the ward, and I'll tell you this, and this is really sad to say, the ward is worse than the church.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue with that one.
It's sad to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
But anyway, of Michele Soavi's films, he worked with Dario Argento quite a bit. His first film. His first one, he did a documentary, Dario Argento's World of Horror. That's pretty good. Stage Fright's all right. That's a feature, not a documentary. The Church is good. The Sect is not so good. It's also called, goes by the title, The Devil's Daughter. I don't remember that being so good. That one was really not very, and probably this might be his best film, Cemetery Man. You haven't seen that?
No, I've seen it on his filmography.
It's got Rupert Everett in it. It also goes by the title Della Morte dell'Amore. It's fantastic. Yes, you guys can look that up. So, I figure if you've watched this far, you've seen Cemetery Man, but Brandon is not. So we are going to introduce Brandon to something new because I think Brandon that you would actually like that one more than this one.
Okay.
I do. I really think you would like that one more.
Okay.
Once you look that up and give that a watch, and then let me know what you think of that. And you're probably going to say, "Why didn't you pick that?" I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that later. But I still love the church a lot. I used to have this. Used to have this on VHS also, and again, I did something really stupid. In hindsight, at the time, it seemed like the right thing to do. Got rid of a bunch of VHS tapes.
Did you throw them away?
I did not throw them away. I gave them away.
You gave them away.
Yes. And these were the cool clamshell plastic cases, special edition type stuff.
It's okay.
But I had the church, Brandon. But as of this recording, it is available to watch for free on Tubi.
Yep. Oh, one more thing. So, real quick, there was a death scene that I loved so much in there. It kind of, I was surprised by it.
Yes.
So, the bike, the guy that was driving a motorcycle and his girlfriend was in the church, and then he saw her get,
that was
fucked up by
great.
a statue.
So, yes, everybody's trying to get out of the church, and they're trying to find different ways. Now, I don't know if we should actually spoil that death scene. That was fantastic.
It was great, though. I mean, I didn't think that was going to happen, but it happened.
Yeah, it was very nice how that happened. It was very, very well done. The other scene I really liked, and we're getting to the end of the show, but I wanted to get to this because it's the other scene that really stood out to me. That's tough to pick in this one. But when Father Gus is trying to figure out what is going on and we're all stuck in here, he goes to talk to the bishop who is up on the balcony. And the bishop knows what's happening. And I just thought this was fantastic. And when Jesse and I saw this, we laughed so hard. And we both loved this scene. He says, "You know what's going on?" And he says, "Yeah, I do. And this is what's going on." And he tells him what's happening, that this church is locked up and there is a place where you can go and make this church collapse and destroy everything in it before it gets out into the world. And that is the purpose of this church. That is what this is for. And he says, "All right, what do we do? Let's go do it." And he says, "I'm not going to do anything. This world is a disgusting, sinful world. And I am going to let the evil consume everything inside so it can get out and destroy the world." That is a bishop who has given up. I just thought that was funny. I'm not doing nothing. And then what did he do? Trip and fall?
I think they tussled or something. And
because he had a paper he's ripping up that had like where the secret was. So Father Gus is trying to figure out where is it.
He wasn't good at reading Latin either, Father Gus.
Yeah, Father Gus is Latin. He was kind of a slacker on that. And shame on Father Gus because he's a priest. He's a Catholic priest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess this is after Vatican II, so what the heck? No Latin now. That was one of the things probably at Vatican II. No more Latin, everyone! So Father Gus says, "Yes, I'm going to be a priest now because I don't have to learn Latin." Well, that's my theory about Father Gus's backstory. So, but anyway, that's the end of that. Brandon, proud of you for watching this film, even though you didn't like it. Then that's another thing. You try something new.
I mean, I like old horror movies, and we talked about this before. I like the old horror movies just because of how they did things and the way they filmed stuff. But this movie just seemed like it didn't have I was confused on what was going on.
Surrealism.
Well, explain this. So you've seen the girl that get killed back in the medieval times.
I ain't explaining nothing.
And then she's there.
Nope.
In present day.
Nope.
And then she survives.
That wasn't her. See, Brandon, That's one of the things I really love about this and these kinds of films. It doesn't spoon feed you stuff. A lot of that stuff you can come up with your own theory about it. Is she the reincarnation of that little girl? Did she live forever? Who are her parents then if she lived forever, if she lived up from that point?
Well, the thing
Do they
is,
have some kind of a mental psychical connection, but through time? You got all that fun stuff you can mess with in your brain.
at the end, she smiled at the hoe at the end.
Yes. Yeah, it can mean what you want it to mean. What do you want it to mean? That the evil is still there? And you know why that's there. They always put that there in the end of horror movies a lot to go, oh, look, maybe the evil can come back. They did at the end of The Nightmare on Elm Street. They did at the end of the original Friday the 13th. They do it mostly at the end of all the Friday the 13th. They do that type of stuff a lot. I think they did at the end of The Ward too, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, see? So, I mean, that's what that is. But I'm gushing about this movie like a little schoolgirl.
Yeah, I get to see you smelling so ear to ear, and you're so happy. And
They don't make stuff like this anymore.
That's true.
They just don't. I mean, it's so colorful. The lighting is. The atmosphere is gorgeous. The score is amazing. It's just like, what a perfect score.
But like,
Goblin's score work is fantastical. The practical effects, the surrealism, the visuals. I love the surrealism about it. I love how it's open for you, the viewer, to interpret it. I love how it doesn't spoon feed you all this stuff. I love how it says this is a visual medium and we're going to be visual.
There's one part on here that I never could figure out, and I probably would never get it. But there was the two boys. One was covering his eyes, and he was saying something and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm your friend." He's like, "Are you my friend?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then all of a sudden, he reached up and then snatched the boy down, and then you don't know what the heck happened. Like,
he probably gouged out his eye, Brandon, because one of them was a demon.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
You can think what you want. All right. Well, Brandon, what should people do if they like what we're doing?
If you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Leave some comments on what we should do for our next shows. And also, too, follow us on Rumble, Spotify, and iTunes.
All right. We'll talk to y'all next time.
Later, guys.